recently we released the environmental impact statement. It is currently under agency technical review. Danny Ward is here, our project manager, and we are continuing to push forward with a completion date on that project in terms of the EIS no later than December of 2012. We are on track to complete that. Next chart. But as you know, this has not been a year as business as usual. If you had told me last July that I would be standing here and had witnessed a historic flood that had not been seen since 1937, I probably would have laughed. I was personally focused on a lot of the hurricanes last year, and in April we had our first flood fight event, and then the second April came and we had the historic flood of 2011, which completely changed our outlook and in our direction. And so it's not business as usual. Next chart. The flood of 2011 brought a lot of records. For Memphis District, it brought 47 straight days of flood fighting. That's a record. We have 10 areas in our district. All of them were in flood fighting. That's a record. Cairo Crest, 61.72. That was a record. Lower St. Francis Crest, 14.37, tied a record. Memphis Crest, 47.81 on the Memphis gauge, second only to 1937. The White River Crest, 39.43, a record. Brought a lot of records, not records that we wanted to bring, but it brought a lot of records. What did that do? That brought initial calculations after this water started to recede. From the Memphis standpoint, about 533 damaged sites reported during the flood fight. 533. Over a river, we have about 355 miles. So significant damage that occurred during the flood of 2011. We spent $15.1 million of our program to flood fight those 355 miles of levees, channel, etc. We issued 71 pumps. We brought in a number of pumps from our Rock Island district up north, as well as sandbags, which we expended 2.3 million sandbags that we provided to protect people. 540 rolls of poly were issued as well. So a significant flood fight, and we could not have done it without our partners that stood right beside us on the levees, on our structures. I look over here and see David Weatherly, who is a hero in my mind, operating a backhoe, filling sandbags, moving stuff, fighting sand boils. And there's a lot of other heroes out here that did just that exact same thing, and we appreciate it. Next chart. Initial hotspots. Just in the Memphis district, 40 hotspots where we feel are high risk, where we associate a high risk consequence, either loss of life, loss of economic, that type of loss. We estimate 40 sites. We've approximately $225 million to repair those 40 sites. That is a significant amount of damage, and as I mentioned earlier, that is just a portion of the 533 sites that we're still out evaluating. Our number one priority right now, from a Memphis district standpoint, is we have our engineers out conducting assessments. Many of you have probably seen them or talked to them as we go around and assess the entire system to help provide recommendations to the MRC and General Walsh on our recommendations for repair, reset,